I hope you have had an enriching and inspiring experience over the last 2 days. We have come together for this special session. It is my honor to welcome you all to the award ceremony and valedictory session of the Leadership Summit 2024. Over the course of Summit, we have explored transformative ideas, discussed leadership in action, and connected with some of the most brilliant minds from diverse industries. Today, we take a moment to celebrate the incredible achievements and contribution of our participants who have demonstrated exceptional talent and innovation. We will begin by recognizing the individual and team that have truly stood out, followed by the closing remarks to the end of this impactful journey. As we reflect on the insights and experience shared throughout the summit, let us carry forward the lesson of collaboration, resilience, and leadership that we have gained. Without a further ado, let's kick off the award ceremony and celebrate the success of this summit and its participants. It's my honor to introduce our chief guest, Shri M. Raja Kishore, the Regional Executive Director of the Airport Authority of India, Northeastern Region, a graduate in Electronics Engineering from SV University, Tirupati, and an MBA in HRM and Finance from Nagarjuna University. Shri Kishore has served in AAI since 1994, holding key positions at airports across India, including Nagpur, Srinagar, Hyderabad, and as an airport director at Vijayawada, Ramundri, and Vishakhapatnam. He has led critical infrastructure and automation projects, completing them in record time, and now oversees the operation and development of all AAI airports in the Northeast. Please join me in welcoming Shri M. Rajakishore. I would like to call I would like to call him upon the stage. Now we have our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Nabha Goswami, MD, a highly respected internist with over 40 years of experience in medical field. Dr. Goswami completed his medical degree from Guwahati Medical College in 1994 and further honed his expertise through an internship at the District of Columbia General University, followed by a residency in internal medicine at Columbia St. Luke's Medical Center. With a distinguished career that spans decades, Dr. Goswami has held medical license across multiple states, including Ohio, West Virginia, and Georgia, where his expertise has greatly impacted healthcare delivery. He is currently based in St. Claveris, Ohio, where his commitment to patient care and medical excellence continues to inspire. He is also the chairman of the Pandit Hemchand Goswami Foundation. Please join me in welcoming him on the stage. Next, I would like to call Professor Vivek Padmanabha, Faculty Coordinator for Internship at the Center of Career Development at IIT Guwahati. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. Next, I would like to call Professor Indrani Kar, Faculty Coordinator for Placement at Center of Career Development, IIT Guwahati. Please welcome her with a huge round of applause. Now, I would request Professor Lalit Pandey to felicitate our chief guest, Sri M. Raj Kishore, the Regional Executive Director of the Airport Authority of India. It's my honor to welcome Honorable Director Sir of IIT Guwahati to the stage. I request him to felicitate the chief guest of our event, Sri M. Rajakishore, Regional Executive Director of Airport Authority of India, Northeastern Region. Next, I would request him to felicitate guest of honor, Dr. Nabha Goswami, MD, a highly respected in medical field. Now, I would request Professor Lalit Pandey to please felicitate the Director of IIT Guwahati. thank you, Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, and Honorable Director for their esteemed presence on the stage. I would like to call Professor Lalit Pandey for his wisdom and guidance.
Namaskar, good evening everyone. On behalf of Center for Career Development and IIT Guwahati, I welcome all the delegates, Shri Raja Kishore ji, Regional Executive Director, Northeastern Region, Airport Authority of India, for accepting our invitation and being here as the chief guest. Dr. Nava Goswami, renowned cardiologist, USA, and chairman of Pandit Hemchand Goswami Foundation, for accepting our invitation and being here. Honorable Director of IIT Guwahati for being here despite his busy schedule to motivate and guide us. My colleague, Faculty Coordinator for Placement, Dr. Indranikar, and Faculty Coordinator for Internship, Dr. Vivek Padmanabha, distinguished guests, and dear student. So we had this very hectic schedule of last 2 days where we started with various activity. This whole program, a leadership summit, was meant for grooming talent, and I hope this for different activities starting from keynote address, then panel discussions, then we have some industry expert lectures, fireside chat, and some, I think, 4 or 5 pre-placement presentations as well. So different set of student attended different activity, and I hope this will be helpful for them uh, to plan and grow in their future. And in addition, the whole idea was this, to reach to the corporates. Basically, when they come for the campus hiring and all, we get limited time, so we had good time to interact with them during the lunch, during the tea, during the dinner. So it was a good networking opportunity for all of us. And thank you so much. So with this few word, once again, I thank everyone, these delegates and industry partners and students, for attending and making this event a successful one. So in summary, we had, I think, close to 50 delegates from the different recruiting partners and corporates, and we had many parallel activity, hackathons, challenges. So some activity are still ongoing in this lecture hall complex, so students are participating in different activity, and I hope the whole idea was to groom this particularly graduating student. I am very sure that this will be really helpful to our own campus students. Thank you so much.
I would like to call Professor Vivek Padmanabha to present the summary of the event to everyone.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. The last past 2 days has been quite an engaging session for all of us, and where we have witnessed a remarkable line of talks from various global leaders on diverse topics or their expertise, and which includes almost like 50 delegates we had from global prestigious companies, which includes Google, BNY, Micron, and we had Reliance BP, Dalmia Siemens, and so on. And we had very interesting keynotes from Deepak Singhal, the executive director from Tolaram Group, Singapore. He shared his insights from his own stories on how he started his career from 27 years, and then he went on to achieve great heights. So that was an inspirational keynote to begin the session, the summit as such. And then we had a thought-provoking a panel discussion on a very interesting topic, which is technological transformations, and more importantly, having a balance between innovation and responsibilities. So we had panelist from Micron, BNY, NetApp, and Synaptic System, which is a startup. And so we could see some interesting discussions coming up on being with the rise of AI and how responsible we have to be in our action as a professional and also in the career in which we are going to take up. And then we had some hackathons and engaging stock market exchange program or games, which was organized by BNY. And then we had wonderful technical demonstrations by our own students of IIT Guwahati to the corporate world, where they showcased different technology which they are been developing or they have developed to the industry corporates, which some of it includes like producing oil from the biomass and plastic waste, and then the advanced 3D printing for the in-growth solutions, bone, right? And then computer visions for automated car and many more. And then we had some career opportunity talks, that is a pre-placement talks, which we thought we will engage the students with that in between. And then we had from NetApp, Google, and today we had from BNY as well. And then a very interesting talk from Sri Venkatesh on the topic of a desirable workplace at the present and future. So where he emphasized the importance of happiness in the workplace, which is very vital in the present day scenario. And he also prioritized the work-life balance over a huge paycheck. So that was a little controversial thing, or not controversial, at least he touched upon such subtle topics which are actually relevant to the present day. And then we had our panel discussion followed by that, which was on the empowering future leaders, the mentorship and growth in leadership development. This was done by a few panelists from IIT Guwahati and other industry experts, and where they essentially conveyed the role of self-awareness and accountability in the personal growth development, which are the key things for the empowerment path. And also they gave a quick crisp mantras for us to keep in hand for the session. And the second day begin with a similar keynote session by Sri Sushar Ganu, the managing director and the director of BNY. They had a expert fire chat sort of a session. It was an interactive session, but we were able to gain a lot of insights from that, especially in how do we prepare for the fintech and how do you come and what, because since we are in a engineering curriculum, and how do we suddenly go to a fintech sort of a job profile. So that was quite insightful from their interaction. And then we had a keynote session from Sri Bhaskar Jyoti Phukhan from NRL. So this was a much revealing, thought-provoking keynote address, where he touched upon the evolving energy sector from his time to present day, where things have slowly transitioned from non-renewable to the renewable. So he had very insightfully given the subtle transition which has happened over time, and he always advocated and he kept it himself at the state of art in his own company, as well as for advise the same for us in this particular audience. We had an engaging panel discussion following by that, which is on topic Rising Stars, Cultivating Young Talent for Tomorrow's Challenge. The panel featured from BNY, Reliance BP, Dalmia Cement, and our own alumnus, Sri Prashant Dhanda, who is currently a IFS officer with Government of Assam. The event concluded with the keynote address by Sri Gyan Batra. Thank you, sir. So we had a very insightful talk on the fundamental and aspects of organizational success in aviation. The Leadership Summit also recognized some of the most trusted recruiters over the past, and which include Google, BNY, JP Morgan, and Uber. We felicitated them with the awards for their contribution with us. As we conclude this summit here, let's carry forward the key insights which we have gained from this and look forward towards excellent and more thought-provoking sessions which we are going to have, and also get prepared for the upcoming placement sessions. So I wish you all the best, and we look forward in the upcoming placement seasons. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. Now, I would like to invite Honorable Director of IIT Guwahati, Professor Devendra Charihar, to deliver his final remarks. Under his guidance and leadership, the Institute has fostered innovation and excellence, driving the success of initiatives like this summit. Please give him a huge round of applause.
Shri Raj Kishore ji, the chief guest for this program, Dr. Namakishore Goswami, distinguished surgeon, and my colleagues of CCD and other guests and participants in this 3-day program on leadership. Right? As my colleague Vivek talked extensively about the program you had to sit through for these 3 days with industry leaders and so on. So the basic objective of this leadership program is to give an exposure to our students of what is possible, right? Because today we live in a very complex world, right, with careers that have taken on increasingly very complex profiles. It's not so easy to understand to an undergraduate what is possible, right? The interconnectedness of many professions and of many disciplines. So it makes just to be aware of them, itself becomes a very difficult task. So the objective of this 3-day seminar is to expose our students to the realities of the professional life. Right? And as we stand here, I mean, world is very, very rapidly changing, right? I hear all kinds of news of how Guwahati itself is changing, right? There, the airport, for example, is turning out to be a regional hub of transportation for semiconductors. There will be special airlines that will bring um, wafers from Taiwan. They'll get packaged here and sent to Singapore, all in a very short period of time, right? And so a huge logistic hub is happening right here in Guwahati city. There are plans I hear about how the flowers of this region. When Dr. Goswami, I first met him, I was telling him, but now the project has moved, how the flowers of this region, right, they're going to extract oil, and this oil will be sent to France in real time, so that the fragrance is made there, right, with the flowers of Assam and Northeast, right? And so many things. I mean, amazing things are happening just as we, stand here, right? So I told you about semiconductor. I told you about this logistic hub that's happening. I told you about this flowers, and similar things are happening in ginger. Similar things are happening with turmeric. Uh, there's a huge logistics hub is being created to take turmeric that's grown here, which has very high content of curcumin. I didn't know this. I mean, all this is, I'm just learning. So, India is changing. So, and so are the opportunities that's available to the young people here, right? And so the objective of this is to let you know that, future is exciting, okay? And I will not stand between you and other people who are speaking here today. So I hope you take good memories of this place. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your address. Now, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Nabha Goswami. Dr. Goswami has dedicated his career to advancing healthcare and patient care. We are truly honored to have him with us today. I would like to call him upon stage for his address. Give him a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon, good evening, Dr. Professor Jalilwal, distinguished guest, and my students. I'm very happy and honored to be invited by Dr. Pandey to not really give a speech as such, but to let you know some of my life experiences, both here and in the USA, where I have practiced for the last 40 years. But I do come back to Assam about 4 times a year to do some social and charity work. I think what started really made an impression on me that the day I was leaving this Guwahati for USA for my higher studies, my parents were in the same car, and it's the first time I've ever seen my father crying because I was probably the favorite of the 8 children, fortunately, unfortunately. Uh, then I said, "Look, father, I'm going to go to USA, become a big time famous good doctor, and come back and serve the people." And I'm a type of guy that very simple at heart. And when I say something like that, it is like etched in glass. You just can't wipe it off. I think for the students who are starting off in their career, it's very important to have a goal. What is your aim? You got to aim high. You got to aim for 100%, not 70 or 80%. When you try for 100%, you'll probably make 90 or 95. If you try to make 90%, you'll probably make 70 or 80. So aiming high is very important. And we all have our distractions. We have games, sports, various activities, social activities. But we always got to keep one thing in our mind and not forget is what we want to achieve. And to achieve something you want, you really got to work hard. You really got to work hard no matter what. I love games, I like sports, and that was my first love. In fact, I used to play ping pong 4.5 hours every day. And my friends were shocked. I used to have for breakfast 20 eggs every day and a loaf of bread for breakfast and probably 2 whole chickens and same thing at night. And my friends to really throw up, more or less get nauseous. But the way I kept on working at my table tennis, at least it made me feel good. I improved. I played for Assam, and we're the first team from Assam that were ever even ranked in India. And believe it or not, Assam, we didn't get exposure to a lot of things that where you like in Delhi or Maharashtra or other places. We never had a coach. We had to do everything on our own. We had to slog hard, very, very hard. And you know what? In life, there are always ups and downs. There'll be trauma, physical, emotional, some sickness, and they are the ones sometimes that make you feel down. But you must never give up. You must keep on trying and try to achieve a goal. And now I feel good that and especially in the USA, unlike a lot of countries, if your father, mother, or someone you know is a minister or president or something, they can put in a word and you get a promotions. But that's not happens in the USA at least that time. You really got to work hard and you got to show what you can achieve, and that's how you gain higher heights. And I'm feel great pride to say that uh, when I went there, I was also involved in a lot of social activities for charity, any kind of like tornado or there was severe life damage to people as well as their housing and all that. I was always there trying to help medically. And when I kept on doing that, they took recognition of that. They made me a director of the American Red Cross, which is one of the highest bodies in the whole world. And I was so happy to serve them, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And as far as studies goes, in 2013 or 2003, they give me the president gave me award of Physician of the Year for the USA. It kind of shocked me. I didn't have a heart attack, but it was really felt very, very nice to have achieved, and that's because of the hard work. It's not because people said, "Oh, my son is doing this. Please give me a promotion." Like in 2013, I was very elated when the main cardiology board of the world, which is the American College of Cardiology, they conferred on me the laureate, and that really took me and a lot of friends by shock. I mean, no, but we have to work hard, and there's no way if I can do it, none of you can say, "Oh, we can't do it." You can definitely do it, but you just got to keep your mind and work on it, and it's so very important. And the like saying goes, God helps those who helps themselves, and that's really true. If we keep on at it, I don't see any way. And I mean, being a place like IIT is among the world's best. It's not about just Guwahati's best or India's best, among the world's best. Before I used to hear always the story that any graduate from IIT in the engineering field or computer field, the big companies, they were offering a check of $1 million just to move to the USA. Even now, the Fortune 500 companies, more than half the CEOs come from IIT. So there's no small thing. And this itself, you have a good basis. So you can grow up on that. And I know that each and every one of you the sky is the limit, and you can do that. But just keep your mind on whatever you're doing, and you can achieve it. And that's briefly what I wanted to say. The message, just keep on at it. There'll be ups and downs, but never give up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this insightful address. Now, I would like to call uh, chief guest of this event, Shri M. Rajakishore, to enlighten us with his rich experience. Give him a huge round of applause.
Good evening, everybody. The distinguished guests, Dr. Naba Goswami, Chairman of Pandit Naba Goswami Foundation, and given me the opportunity by IIT Guwahati Director, Professor Devendra Pal Jalhal, and Professor Lalit Pandey, Head of CCD, and to Professor Indrani Kar, Faculty Coordinator, CCD, Professor Vivek Ramnaba, Faculty Coordinator, CCD, and today's invitees from different parts of organizations, and my colleagues here who are present from Airport Authority of India, and finally to dear students who are looking for the young leadership from with your young talent. Once again, good evening. Presently, I am working at Guwahati as a Regional Executive Director, heading all 7 Northeast states aviation infrastructure. I began my career in 1994 after completing my engineering graduation. I was not aware that I will be placed in aviation industry, but we came from a remote place, having a little knowledge about the technological advancements and the opportunities in our career progression. But due to the competency, we got into this. Then we realized how to lead in an organization, because everybody wants to be a leader. But how do the leader emerges? Leader should have a quality like how to lead the group of people for a cause where so many emotions are attached, and how you will carry forward it with a dedication and determination. That shows the success of a leadership. A leader can be a leader, but one can be among the many of the leaders. But many of the leaders, most of the people may not be successful leaders. Most of the people may be successful leaders. But always a leader should have a quality that unsuccessful leaders should look back the failure at the instant is in a good experience of study for your future course of planning. And that is called being called as a resilience about the problems. And you should have the skills in leadership. How do you define yourself? A leader should have a soft skill qualities to listen to the problems where you are leading a group of people for a cause. To give a success to the cause, the group should be studied by the leader and their soft skills, and the leader should understand the gravity of the skills to be identified from the group who are available, assigning the responsibilities, make them accountable to lead the goals. And in some cases, when the talent is not there, train them in a place where you are demanding contributions to make your goal as a successful goal. Finally, it matters the success. When you are a leader, given the success, you will be a successful leader. And to get that success, you should become a motivator. Rather, you should have the more listening skills, patience, you should have the integrity, you should have the vision, you should have the resilience quality. In turn, you should have a great culture of understanding the people's emotions and surrounded environments, because India is a cultural diversity. I have seen my career from most of the parts of India, different experiences, different places. Everywhere, problem is a problem, but it has a different planning for success. We have to emerge out of the success, the fundamental aspects of your target or goal. After identifying that, you should also take into consideration the local emotions and further course of planning to give or with a vision in future to have a great success. But getting a success in the instant time will not be a successful leadership. Sustainability is also should be a part of leadership, where a leader should grow with commitment and dedication and long-lasting ability and grooming. A leader has to strive hard to become a leader, but at the same time, he has to groom the leaders with confidence. I hope the engineering young talent here, with the cultural aspects in India and abroad, there are opportunities to be identified. If opportunities has to be identified and has to be planned to make a success in selection of your careers, because there is a different type of leadership. In aviation industry, we have a different type of leadership. Our role and responsibilities are safety and security to the passengers traveling across airports and transiting through the airports, where their safety is our main concern and their security is also our prime concern. But every airport is dynamically changing time to time. Half an hour back, the scenario may be different. After 1 hour, the scenario may be different. But a leader who is leading the airports should have a not only administrative understanding, he should have the operational understanding to understand the passengers who are traveling, different type of passengers who has a emotions, unrest conditions, reluctance, and lot of other aspects. The director or the administrator has to manage time to time the problems. So in a dynamic varying environment like our industries, it is a service industry, the utmost satisfaction of the passengers is mainly being taken into consideration to give the happiness index or the airport service qualities. Now, being young engineers, you should select your career in such a way, identifying your own talent, what is your leadership. Are you strong in soft skills? Are you strong in hard skills? Are you strong in communication skills? Are you strong in problem identification and problem resolving abilities? And how do you identify, how do you motivate, how do you get into this to make your group a successful model of your career? The success is a good taste where every leader will sustain and continue his leadership because day-to-day changing attitude aspects in our life as well as the technological advancements, every leader should learn time to time and update himself or herself to become a strong leader, to show the strong leadership for the success. The success of a leader is not only confined to the group, but the success of this group is confined to the development of nation and progress of the organization. So I suggest from with my experience that the IIT Guwahati is a very rich, highly talented issues. Like the director was telling regarding the flowers, how the fragrance can be made, how the business can be made. This my experience at 2021. I had an opportunity to interact with 25 countries of ambassadors as an airport director of Visakhapatnam. The government of Andhra Pradesh has called all these people for a deliberation on these particular issues of opportunities available in Andhra Pradesh, how they can make a business out of it. One of the students has asked, the person from Denmark was telling, we have a scarcity of land, we cannot do the reclamation, but you have a huge land here, why can't you give us the land for cultivating these flowers? That time I heard one of the young students from IIT in the interaction, he was asking, sir, you are asking about horticulture in Andhra Pradesh, but in Northeast there is a horticulture already in nature. Why can't you explore and make an industry for exploring these fragrances? Nice to hear because the opportunity which he has trying to capture or groom himself or make use of that opportunity has given a rich experience to the ambassadors. They were telling that we'll definitely explore. But if that happens to the Northeast region, that is also one biggest resource for exploration. In a recent debate, we understood from our perspective point of view to show is our Airport Authority of India air traffic services. Another service what we do is cargo. Most of the Northeast region airports, because I'm heading 7 states of Northeast, all are very rich in organic foods, fruits, vegetables, even the very rich in forest reserves. All these are very perishable in nature, most of the products, but the dwell time which is available from transporting by road or railways, it takes most of the time because this perishable cargo will not sustain for its market appreciation in the external India or world. But a dwell time which can be created from our cargo infrastructure through aircrafts can uplift and it can multiple the revenue appreciation of a farmers or other these product producers a lot. In turn, we are trying to contribute our efforts to improve the infrastructures where bigger aircrafts can be operated in this region so that the cargo can be dwelled within 6 to 7 hours to the external regions, so the appreciation comes for the products naturally. The main greatest event of your Northeast region here particularly is organic. And in entire India, organic food is not available. Most of the areas, they forgot even the organic cultivation. In turn, you are blessed with this organic culture and opportunities can be created. But there are so many resources which can be cultivated and groomed. But as a leaders, education is only a eligibility. But career selection based on your leadership competency. Once you become the leader, you have to compete with other leaders to showcase your success, and the competency always survives. You must update yourself time to time to give a good results. In this contest, being a chief guest of the day, I feel privileged with the IIT Guwahati, and I wish you all the best for your career success as young engineers and having a good talent to identify to prove yourself in future. Thank you very much. Good day.
Thank you so much for your inspiring words. Now it's time to present a very special award, the Most Trusted Recruiter Award. This recognition goes to an organization that has consistently demonstrated excellence in recruitment, building trust not only with student but also with institution by fostering long-term relationships, offering meaningful opportunities and shaping successful careers. The recipients of this award has set benchmark in transparency, fairness and professionalism throughout the hiring process, making them a preferred choice for talent. First up, we have our Uber representative, Shri Gopi Krishna, Senior Executive from HR team. Please help me in welcoming Shri Gopi Krishna to stage. I would like to call Honorable Director Sir and Chief Guest to present this award. Thank you, Uber and its team. Next up, we have Micron. For presenting this award, I would like to call Shri Parag Mohante, Director Manufacturing Test at Micron, and Shri Rano Deep Sen, University Relation and Manager Program. Please help me in welcoming them on stage with a huge round of applause. We would like to express our gratitude to the whole Micron team. Next up, we have a special address by the convener of the event, Professor Indrani Kar, for vote of thanks. Please help me in welcoming her on the stage with a huge round of applause.
Good evening, distinguished guests, students, and colleagues. I am honored to have the opportunity to deliver the vote of thanks for the Leadership Summit 2024 on behalf of the Center for Career Development, the entire organizing team. First and foremost, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Sri M. Rajakishore, the Regional Executive Director of the Northeastern Region of Airport Authority of India, and guest of honor, Dr. Nava Goswami, who is a renowned cardiologist and the chairman of Pandit Hemchandra Goswami Foundation, for gracing the event with their presence and inspiring address. I want to thank the Honorable Director of our institute, Professor Devendra Jalihal, for his kind words and valuable support. It is my pleasure to acknowledge the efforts of my esteemed colleagues, Professor Lalit Mohan Pandey and Professor Vivek Padmanabha on stage, who have put a lot of efforts to make the event a great success. We are deeply grateful to the institute and our sponsors and partners for their generous support. Thank you all the distinguished speakers and panelists, awardees. Your contributions have been instrumental in making this event successful. We also extend our gratitude to all the industry experts, students, and faculty colleagues for being here and making the event a success. A big thank you to the organizing team, the support staff for your contribution behind the scenes and your efforts to run everything very smoothly. To conclude, we are deeply grateful to each and everyone who participated and made this event a memorable one. Thank you all. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Now it's time to conclude the Leadership Summit 2024. As we conclude the event, I request everyone to carry forward the inspiration as we continue shaping the technology and future. I request everyone to move for the high tea session. Thank you so much for your presence.